What's going on, folks? Welcome back. Today we're doing a bit of mackerel fishing. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to do some ultralight mackerel fishing. Got this 7-foot, it's got a fast action tip, but we're running 6-pound test. So in a way it is an ultralight setup. 6-pound test, fast action rod. It's for mackerel, it's pretty light. So we're going to be slow pitch jigging today. These little swim jigs here, got a single hook on the top, treble hook on the bottom. They work well for mackerel. So them there, they work pretty well. We're going to be giving this a go here today. And I do actually have another rod with me. It's a 4'6" pink rod from the dollar store. So I've got the reel for that rigged up with 4-pound test. Now if this can handle the mackerel, we're going to go rig that up because that is ultralight. So I got Zach with me today. Whoa. Let's get to it. All right, folks, happy to have you on the chest mount. That tripod is going to blow over. Do apologize in advance for any wind, but we're going to start off with this this slow pitch jig here. I'm using the 7-foot light Streamside Predator Classic, as I mentioned. So you can see that tip has got some action to it. 2500 series Predator Elite reel, and we got that rigged up with 6-pound test, as I said. Let's get the first cast out there. And that 6-pound test just allows for that jig to cruise. We got a lot of line on this. We've got almost 300 yards of 6-pound line. So without further ado, let's catch some mackerel on some ultralight gear. So we're down here, we're fishing on a rising tide. Tide's kind of up right now. I gauge it by that pillar usually. So it's only gonna rise as the night goes on. So in theory, should be the ideal conditions for mackerel. Just gonna work the water column, start high. And if we go a little bit and we don't get any mackerel, gonna let it sink. Now, I know they come in schools, but the odd school tend to hang around. So just gotta figure them out. Once we get dialed in, we're gonna have some fun. Man, that went a ways. There we go. First mackerel. Oh, goodness. He's going to kick my butt on the 6-pound line. Now, I know I'm probably not going to catch a 6-pound mackerel, but they're honestly probably the hardest fighting fish pound for pound around Newfoundland. Double? Yeah. Nice, buddy. And that's a legal mackerel for sure. Perfect. Beautiful. What about yours? Yeah, throw him back. We'll have to keep mine. He's bleeding everywhere, and I'm sure he's legal anyway. So, 11 inches. Yep, he's legal. Just barely legal, but he is. I wouldn't want to throw that back anyway. He's bleeding. He wouldn't live anyway. All right, so that's one down in the cooler. We always bleed them as soon as we get them. Improves the meat quality a lot. Get back out. And that goes. There we go. Another fish. Seems like another smaller mackerel, barely fighting. Usually the good mackerel around here, the keepers we call them, even though this one's probably legal, the good pound and a half, 2-pound mackerel, they would be peeling this drag right now. I'd honestly probably lose a couple lures off a 6-pound test. They fight so hard. Definitely gonna measure them all though. Like I said, I'm trying to fulfill an order, so every mackerel counts. That one there, he's probably legal anyway. So we're just gonna measure him just to be safe. So that mackerel is just barely on the border. I'm not comfortable keeping it, so back he goes. There's a couple around, so as the tide changes, as the tide starts rising a bit, she'll bring some more fish in. Little mink bouncing around. There we go. Fish on. Big? No. Still waiting for that big run of mackerel to come around. Wow. Not even measuring it, throw back. There we go. Ooh, it feels like a better one. I'll know it's a real solid mackerel when he starts peeling the drag. So I got it set. He's not too tight. Guest appearance. He's fighting decent. Not peeling no drag yet though. Nope. He's got to go back. He's fighting good because I got him in the gill plate. He's not bleeding though, so he's fine to go back. But he's definitely going back. That's why I use ice bags. Scales are gross. Perfect. Better one. Big. Better mackerel. Oh, can we get a double? I'm trying, boy. Real needs some grease.
Yeah.
Salt water will do that to you, man.
No.
No? Couldn't measure them. Right on the border. No need to keep it. It's not worth it, keeping a borderline mackerel. They're out here about $1 million, so there's no need to risk anything. Ooh, there we go. That feels like a better mackerel. Here the drag's starting to go. Man, this line's so thin, I love it. It feels like there's nothing on my reel. Is he small? Not very meaty, but he's long. So I'm certain he's above the size limit. We are going to measure just to make sure though. And if he is, we're going to keep this guy as well. So I was wrong. He's too borderline for me to be comfortable with keeping, so back he goes. So just cast it out again. Like I said, a lot of these mackerel are undersized, which is unfortunate. There we go. Which is unfortunate because usually down here you get a great run of mackerel, real nice mackerel, and not really sure what's going on this year. It's kind of odd. Who knows? Could be multiple reasons for it. Could be no reason at all. Could just be coincidence. But yeah, smaller run of mackerel this year for sure. Or right now, I should say. Hopefully, there we go. It's a nicer fish, I think. Yeah, it is a nicer fish. That's a keeper for sure. Yeah, that there's for sure a keeper. You got one too?
Yeah.
Cool, buddy.
He's real close.
Again, I'm careful taking the hook out. I don't want to tear their mouths up. They have really soft mouths, just in case they got to go back. We're going to give this guy a quick measure. That guy's plenty good. He's over 12 inches, so plenty good. So we're going to get this guy taken care of. Again, cut their throat, bleed them out, improves the meat quality greatly. And immediately on ice. By far the best way to take care of mackerel meat. let that sink. I think it's going to be fun. Like I said, we're just coming up on prime time here now, just before dark, and here we go. He's there. Usually around dark, if a school of mackerel comes your way, they hang around there. I don't know if they stay in the same place during the nighttime or what, but that's what I've noticed here. If you get here just coming on dark and you happen to bump into a school of mackerel, I swear you can catch every single one in that school. They just stay there. It's weird. I don't know if that's normal, but that's what it's like here. There we go. Tap. Got him. There we go. Ooh, nice fish on. Definitely don't need to measure him. I'm still going to. Yes, plenty good, almost 12 inches. Man, I gotta say, this thin 7 foot, such a blast to use for mackerel. The fast action tip, so fun. And it actually helps flicking those lures out, especially with the 6 pound test. I can't really, send it out there like I want to. So that fast action tip got a nice bend to it, helps really fling those out. As like, I can't really force it like I would because I have 6 pound line. Bite it. It's there. Yes, sir. Seems pretty small though. Wow. Swimming towards me. There you go, buddy. Yeah, pretty small mackerel. Wow. Smallest one of the day, probably. He's going right back. That one got to go back too, man. Wow. Small run of mackerel. I can't get over it. Like, I'm not used to this around here. Usually you never get any undersized. Oh, that's a good mackerel. That's what I wanted with the 6 pound line. I want them to take, drag, and absolutely kick my butt. Yeah, that's got some heft to it. Yes, sir. Yep, nice mackerel. It's a better one for sure. Yes, sir. That's one I definitely don't need to measure. Woohoo. Hopefully the better runs come around. Oh, yeah, got him. There we go. Yes, sir. Starting to come around now. A few people down on that wharf have just banged into a few. I guess the school made his way over here. This ultralight fishing, fun. And like I said, 7 foot rod, fast action. Not exactly an ultralight setup, but the 6 pound test makes it pretty light, especially for Atlantic mackerel. Man, he's actually putting a lot of strain on it. Like a lot. That's a better fish as well. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. That's the mackerel we want. That's actually usually a minimum of what we get here. Fish like that. Probably 13, 14 inches. Beautiful. Beautiful one. Awesome size. Ooh. Yes, sir. That's another good one. And in all honesty, I still wouldn't call these big mackerel. But that is another one that I definitely don't need to measure. Zach, what you got doing, buddy? Whoa! Yes, sir. Another, this feels like a better mackerel. This is a lot of fun. Honestly, if you have just a trouting rod at home, just put some really thin line on it. I'm tempted to try this with 4 pound. I think that'd be pushing the limit because these mackerel can exert a lot of force. Like 4 pound would have broke there. I'm honestly surprised I haven't had neither one break me off on this 6 pound yet. Hear that? Wow. Oh, that is a big mackerel.
A lot better than what we can get.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. That is a 2 pound mackerel. That there, folks, is a 2 pound mackerel. Everything of it. That's what I'm used to here. And that's why I'm using 6 pound test, because that was real fun. That's a beautiful mackerel. Compared to my head, real big mackerel. That's huge. That's huge. Perfect. That's a 2 pound mackerel. That's what we're here for. I'm hoping for another mackerel like that. Well, not just another. I'm hoping the rest of the mackerel are like that. That was a beauty. The Bombay Boat Tours is in. Can I get copyrighted for this? Have a look. A couple drinks have been had on that boat, I'm willing to bet. All right, one more cast, mackerel or not. I'm gonna head over and start filleting some fish. It's getting dark, so we're gonna let Zach reel them in while I'm filleting. Good system, I think. That never took long. That never took long. Woohoo! Yeah, feels like a decent one. Listen to that drag going. It's a small fish, okay? I plan on using 6 pound tests for big mackerel. There's not many big ones around. But hey, it's still real fun. He's definitely got to go back. Okay, let's go fillet. So the fella I'm getting these for wants some fillets and some left whole to bottle. So we're gonna fillet some and leave some whole.
Hey, Zach.
So these two here we're gonna leave whole. Cut a bit of the tail off, not a lot. It's honestly one of the best parts of the mackerel. Just behind the fin, take the head off. And get all the guts out. Get the bloodline out. There you go. Well, that concludes it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Hopefully you learned a skill or a technique for catching some mackerel. Also, I highly recommend, if you want to have some fun, go out and get a light setup. Fishing for mackerel on a light setup, not necessarily just the rod, but the line, just poses a little bit of a challenge on, am I going to break off or am I not? That's 6-pound line. I'd even go as far as doing 4-pound. It is so fun, adds a whole nother element to mackerel fishing. So thanks for watching. Really hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next fishing adventure.